I've got the saxophone riff waiting for Ronnie Garvin, and then old granddad bloke who just doesn't give a shit. He's not even got change.
He's got a blue pen behind his ear.
He's got a roll-up fag behind his ear.
He's got the racing post in his back pocket.
Hello and welcome back to the only wrestling podcast that exclusively rebooks, reviews and reimagines the worst of wrestling's past. We are Better Call Creative, and as ever, not changing his gear, it's rugged Ronnie Garvin to my left, Jack Jones.
Hello.
And we're wearing a t-shirt and suspenders to my right, it's Sam Jones.
Hello.
And I am your host, telling the fans that I'm going to come back and sort out their language. I am your host, Ben Chance. And if that does not give you an idea of what strange world Sam has chosen for his birthday podcast, we are going back very, very quickly to Juggalo Championship Wrestling. But this is, I think it was 6 years on. Was it 5 years on? What was the Bloody Mania? It was 2005, was it? Or 7? So we're going forward about 4 years.
4 years old.
To August the 12th, 2011, for Juggalo Championship Wrestling presents Legends and Icons. Oh my God. Have you enjoyed this offering, Jack, from Sam?
Well, I have, but not for the right reasons, obviously. I think there's a few strenuous legends or icons on the show as well. We're stretching the term a little bit.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed it, but not for the right reasons.
There's some weirdness that goes on throughout. The constant, come and have a chat with me after you've lost. Come here. It's a weird old time. This is the night before Bloody Mania as well. I'm sure they mentioned.
So I think we'll be back for the Bloody Mania.
Well, I do. I think
Mania.
we probably do need to do Bloody Mania to compare the two shows.
This was the original Night 1 and Night 2 Mania.
So this is Bloody Mania Night 1.
SummerSlam should be SummerSlam Legends and Icons.
Oh my!
Oh, Jesus whipped.
Oh my God!
How many of these are still alive?
Well, the opener, they're still going strong. They might be happening in 2024.
13 years on.
Unbelievable, really.
They're probably working this weekend.
Well, to be fair, one of them in the Rumble, he's actually employed by WWE now, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we'll get to that very, very shortly. Sam, do we say that you've enjoyed the torture that you've inflicted on us?
Look, I knew it was coming. Let's just get it out of the way. That's why I picked it. I know it's a wasted pick for me, but bugger it.
I don't think I would ever live in a world where you would have free reign to pick anything you want for wrestling, and you've chosen Juggalo Championship.
Well, this was
Wrestling.
Dutch Mantel as well, which I do really like him. So,
yeah, I do.
You know what? Fair play.
I don't know whether he can take a roll up there, but we'll get to that later on as well.
He's the only one that said, I'll get pinned, because I think he booked that.
Oh, fuck that. If Coco Beware is now saying he can't get pinned, then something's happened with the world. Like
this wrong. I'm on Bloody Mania.
I keep my heat.
So, as I say, it's the 12th of August 2011, but what did the world look like?
Well, there was actually football as well.
Yes, there was, but more on that very shortly. The UK number one was She Makes Me Wanna by, do you want to have a guess?
She Makes Me Wanna.
See, I thought it was, she did sing that, didn't they? But no, it was JLS.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
No, I'm trying to remember She Makes Me Wanna, and I just keep singing the Usher song.
Yeah.
So,
was it a cover?
Makes Me Wanna. the water.
The US was going with the party rock anthem which
LMFAO.
should have been LMFAO. That should have been Greg Valentine, Steve. Really.
This is what to say about these things.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Then here comes Greg. Yeah,
Look at that tan. What
at
the
him.
fuck has happened here?
And then Ken Patera.
No. The Canadian number one. It was "Give Me Everything" by
Ken Patera.
Pitbull.
Pitbull. Saudi Pitbull.
The Saudi Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide.
David Taker. Legends and icons.
Yeah. I think Cristiano Ronaldo's got a tear in his eye. Canada, you've done me proud. And the Aussies, they were keeping it mellow because they were going with "Someone Like You" by
Adele. All got different songs.
They have really. I mean, it's all a bit odd. I mean, I don't think JLS exists outside the British Isles,
No.
to be fair.
They expect them to.
What the hell's a JLS?
We've got boys to men, mate. Fuck off. The box office, which does probably show how old it was, but it is actually still
13 years ago.
Well, it is, but also it's still a franchise that's going on, and
Is it Fast and Furious?
now it's in the cinemas now. It's with the first one of the
Despicable.
Rise of the Planet of the
No,
Apes, which I think was the
To be
first
fair, the first one of that was that in like the 50s, the 60s.
yeah, no, I don't think it was that film. That was
It's the Aussies. They probably only just got it.
I mean, Legends of Icons in 1950 would have been really weird, wouldn't it? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Caught eventually.
And in sport, well, it's a podcast, and we always lose on a podcast. It was the start of the 2011-2012 Premier League season, and we started at home to Manchester United, and we lost 2-1. Liverpool.
10th, I think, that year.
Yeah, no, I think we finished 13th. I think we'd finished 10th the year before.
No, because 10-11
10-11
was the first year back, and you finished 11th, and then you finished 10th,
okay.
and then you finished 8th the following year with what's his face?
Steve Clark.
That's it. And then you went 17th
Rocket-
with Pepe Mel.
At time of listening to this, Steve Clark preparing to rule all of Europe. Good old Super Steve Clark
Yeah.
and the
In 1 week's time.
Spartan Army. And Liverpool began with a 1-1 draw at home to Sunderland.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know whether
Was
we had the better results. Nigel Spink would say.
That was the beach ball, was it?
No, I did think it might have been, but it wasn't. I think you lost that game. I think you
The
all
beach ball.
Yeah, you lost 1-0.
Fucking Sunderland.
Yeah, who needs Sunderland, eh? But, oh my God, we've got to do it. Did anyone watch the pre-show?
I tried to find it.
What was the pre-show?
There was a pre. I can't remember. I didn't
It
take
wasn't
notes. It was a tag. No. Which means the pre-show happened.
The
The cage.
pre-show was just building the cage.
I was going to say, because I thought when it said that, I thought, well, it's on the feed. So
I don't think the
pre-show.
pre-show actually had any legends. I think it was like the undercard
Bloody
of what
Mania.
would have been the Bloody Mania.
Too Tough Tony and whatever his name is.
Warming up for Greg.
We open on our announcer welcome. The announcer, he might get mentioned later on. I don't know. He's Dave Penza, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know whether anyone else will mention
yeah,
him.
he's good as Jamie.
The poor man, JB, apparently. He welcomes us to the show and telling. Oh no, he doesn't. He's not the one who welcomes
No,
us.
it's
It's
the bloke.
KG, isn't it? The co-announcer.
Yeah.
KG, is he like the B team to Guido and whatever the other
Bloody
was?
hell, he's the Kevin
Yeah,
Kelly of JCW.
Yeah.
You know.
He does these shit shows. He's the one who'll get to Saudi. He says that they have assembled the greatest legends in the industry together tonight at the gathering of the motherfucking Juggalos. Still got to get that in.
Where we're going?
Yeah, where would Paul go?
Oh, it should have been a main event. The only person who could save Terry Funk. Pogo. Fucking what would Roddy Piper have made of him? Jesus Christ.
It's a fat clown. Oh, God.
Terry Funk gets some love. He's facing Roddy Piper in our main event. We get introduced to DJ Clay. He's basically, we're cool, we've got someone playing the decks. He's supposedly playing the...
No, it's somebody with his MP3 player on a laptop that he'll play the themes.
Well, I don't think they give two flying fucks about copyright.
To be fair, I think even WWE look at that and go, we ain't going to get nothing, have we?
We'll let them off.
We'll leave them.
We get introduced to the guest commentator for the night. It is Mick Foley, who is full on leopard print Mickey. He waddles.
TNA,
Mick.
Am I right in saying, because the quality wasn't great, so I have to question whether they were chanting Cactus Sack.
Yeah.
Cactus Sack.
Cactus Sack. Because that's what, I think on the Tournament of Death video, the ICP did commentary over it. They kept calling him Cactus
Sack, right. Fuck's sake.
But apparently when that was in the WF, Foley went over to him and said, where's my money for that video you released? I mean, they did pay him. Because obviously they did a parody of it and that. And they did pay him because Cornette said, to be fair, I think they paid Funk as well.
No.
Because they was just taking the piss out of him and he's just like, where's my money then?
Fair play to the...
I don't know if Tiger Jeet Singh did say money. Going after with his sword.
Fucking Leatherface. You got him go up to Leatherface and give him some money.
Which money?
Fucking Iceman. You ain't
See that in our
did
archives?
not parody that.
Dan Severin, he was there at the time, but I think they'd have just paid him anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
What video? Yeah, and the money.
Foley he does his cheap pop thing. He's going to enjoy the night, and he puts over the Hall of Famers in the back. The Juggalos don't give Foley much love. More on that later on. Before DJ Clay spins the decks, and Bill Apter, who's on special assignment all night. He's backstage. I mean, most of the time they can't. He's drinking.
Bill, are you there?
He's with Tito Santana. I mean, in fairness to Tito, he lives this gimmick. He's fucking putting over this feud. I'm still pissed off. He smashed up my old IC title belt.
Got over it. It's only been 40 years.
It was 1986. Get hold of the thing. Bloody hell. And you had a nicer belt for it. That classic design coming.
That's true. KG and Foley, they've headed behind the desk, and our opener is in the steel cage, which is surrounding the ring. The steel cage, which is not the highest steel cage I've ever seen.
I don't think everyone's going to dive off it, though.
I don't think people are going to be diving on it. I don't think people are going to be using it.
This fucking man. Greg is still rocking the no shirt. He's tanned the front and the back, but not his sides. When he does that, it's just white.
So he looks like one of them sandwiches.
He looks like the old Southampton shirt.
I like the fact, though, that he couldn't have his WF theme. He has to have a generic
well, everyone knows.
Everybody else has the WF theme.
Vince owns an anvil.
I own you, Greg. You'll never get away.
Good old Greg. He comes out. I mean, you gotta give this bloke coming out in front of drunken, hostile fans.
To be fair, I think Greg is one of them.
Well, he's in his 60s and he's gone, I'm still not putting a shirt on. Like, fuck you, you will see my saggy tits.
This is what they want, what they expect.
Greg the saggy Valentine.
He gives the camera a steely gaze as he heads into the ring. Tito is out next. And he's got his WWE team, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got no shirt on either. I love that. Both of them, like, fuck it, we're in our 60s.
Work.
Yeah, they just look like
these were both on bloody mate.
They're outside Wetherspoons. They want to get in for the cheap £3 fights and a £4 breakfast. They're having a bit of a scrap. Stop playing with me dog. So, our opener is a steel cage grudge match. Oh my god. First of all, KG's mic doesn't work, so we barely hear him, and we spend most of the time hearing Foley just inane nonsense. Nothing to do with what's going on.
This is bollocks.
Right.
And close the cage door.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put that later on. But let's go through the blow to blow, shall we? Tito blocks Valentine, ramming his head into the cage. So Valentine blocks Tito, ramming his head into the cage. Foley puts over Valentine being the favourite because he's more active.
What? More active?
Valentine is raked into the cage now as Fowley talks about the difference between the chicken wire and the blue cage. Greg battles back with clubs and chops. The cage door, as Sam says, is just open. It's just wide open. Greg teases the figure four before being kicked away, and I can't believe this. He's fucking bladed for this. He's gushing of blood. Gushing.
This is what the Juggalos want.
Give that man the Juggalos money. He's
already got it.
He's jabbed down. He does the flare flop. And then Tito goes for a figure four, but his small package for a 2. So Tito kicks out. I thought, you don't want to cheat win like that. Greg's cornered, trips Tito, and just puts his foot on the ropes and wins. You might as well have done the fucking roll up. Why did you kick out of that?
You can't beat him clean. You gotta come back. Can't have a fucking kill the town if he just beats him.
I love Greg. I love him.
Greg.
We've seen the best of him in that battle royal. And now we are scraping the barrel of Greg Valentine. We've seen him match of the night at WrestleMania 2. We've seen him match of the night at a Texas Tornado podcast. Sorry, what the fuck's that? But my God.
To be fair, though, we have jumped about like 40 years.
But to be fair, though, he still could be match of the night.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's well in the shake-up. I had low expectations and I was slightly disappointed. Sam?
I had low expectations. You still disappointed me. I didn't realise why it was that quick. The cage door kept being open. That annoyed me.
I think if you put them in halves of long matches and short matches, this would be in the long match category.
This is about 3 minutes.
This is what you have to get your crowd hot. This is how you build up your crowd.
At this point, it's going to be like, what, 2 o'clock in the morning? Jesus Christ.
At least they have a bit of a story after with Tito smashing up.
No wonder Valentine looks so pissed off. I'm an old man and you've kept me up this late.
To be fair, though, he's got on first, so he's like, I can go to bed now.
The best I can say is Greg gave the crowd some blood. Jack?
Does anybody else bleed on this?
Yeah. It's, I don't really know why it's a cage more than anything.
I think that's because that's what happened with the IC.
Yeah, but they ain't going to do anything.
No, it's just a waste of time going off the top.
It's a waste of time to build and then take it down. So
oh, well, God.
Seems like production was a bit daft. But, it ain't very good, obviously. But at least Greg won, so I'm happy about that. Because they can come back next week.
Yeah. These was the best 2 in that tag match.
Greg's fall definitely was.
What was it called? The Sunset Fuck?
Sunset Fuck. One of my favourite commentary lines ever. Greg Valentine there with the Sunset Fuck. Amazing. You've made a fan out of me. KG, he's got his mic sorted anyway. His Foley now seems a little bit quieter. Greg's head gets a little bit of love as Dave Pence. So basically, they do a close up of his gushing head. Now, one of the things we've got to explain this, because I didn't quite understand it at first. I thought he was smashing up what was his Hall of Fame plaque, because I think they used to give him plaques.
Yeah, they did.
But then I realised that because Bill Apter's around, everyone wins a plaque that wins a match.
The way you won a match, Legends and Icons.
So after the match, Tito, looking like a right little babby, he fucking smashes up Greg's award. But Greg, just a arse. Just doesn't.
I think they even say that.
Tito's probably like, if I'm losing, I'm going to smash his plaque to get the heat back for the IC.
In 1986.
I didn't even know what it was until the next match, and I realised all of them get a plaque.
Does that mean the next show Greg's on, he's going to come out with a new and improved plaque?
Platinum.
We have to wait now for the ring crew to take the cage down, so why not throw to Bill Apter? Well, he's not ready yet, is he? So we just have to wait.
We've got an interview with Bill Apter.
Oh, God.
He just focuses on them.
Well, bless him. The production value's not great, so they just have to feel like they just talk bollocks. He starts promoting his book, Get Down to Lockdown. Have you read that book?
I've got it, I'm not ready.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's the one
I have to drop that in a review later on down the line. And they eventually get the card. We eventually get to the card after a high five, which nearly ends the broadcast. I don't know why they have a high five, but it knocks the microphone and nearly goes off. God, thank God for the headbangers. They're in the backstage with Bill Apter. They play with Bill Apter's comb over, which is quite fun, and they mock his trainers. Mosh wanted to talk. Because Bill's trying to go, I've had enough now. Yeah. And Mosh goes, hey, I've got a promo. So he goes, he asks him a question, and he ignores him and talks about his nose hair. He's like, what the fuck? Back to Foley and KG.
What the people want.
Yeah, Penta gets some heat as the ring card girl heads out. Foley suggests that Dave Penta is a poor man's Jerry Mbora. I don't want to say Foley has 4 jokes and he tells them all the same joke 40 times, but... Jesus Christ. So, now, I mean, fair play to these. They give a lot of people a payday. 15-man, Royal Rumble rules, Battle Royal is up next.
That's the whole reason I picked it.
And probably the biggest pop of the night. Oh, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm giving this. There is no crowd that doesn't chant USA when Hacksaw comes out. You could be a Juggalo, you could be in the Bilston Town Hall. It doesn't matter. You're chanting Ho and USA.
Probably with any promotion and it'll be over.
People just love it. It's amazing.
Look at him.
The
He's in the
Juggalo.
Rumble the following year.
Is he?
In 2012.
How long ago was he in the WWE? 2008?
2009, I think.
So it's only a couple of years removed from his last run in the Fed.
Team was super crazy.
And am I right in saying that Mosh returns to WWE very shortly?
In 2016.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Yeah.
For a couple of matches.
Vince was watching this and going, who can we pick?
Fuck, he's
they're all off the back of this.
So number 2 is Mosh. He moshes out.
Exactly. I mean,
what a strange
look at that
thing. This is a Hacksaw.
I mean, this is Tony Khan playing with his fingers.
You ain't got to worry, because even though we had the opportunity to have a hookup between Mosh and Hacksaw, it seemingly never happens. Because they don't do fuck all. Hacksaw gets the Juggalos to chant USA. He backs up Mosh, and then they just stall. Hacksaw does whip Mosh into the corner as we get onto the 10 count, and the next... Fuck this shit.
This made me laugh.
I've got a confession to make. So last week, obviously, I run out of time because I left. As I had to leave, because obviously I had to get to the hospital quite quickly. It was just as that saxophone riff went off, and I paused it, and obviously came back to it. Now, I didn't know it was Ronnie Garvin.
I don't know it was Ronnie Garvin.
But I don't know what Ronnie Garvin was going to look like. So the next time I play it, I've got the saxophone riff waiting for Ronnie Garvin, and then old granddad bloke who just doesn't give a shit. He's not even got chains.
He's got a blue pen behind his ear.
He's got a roll-up fag behind his ear.
He's got the racing post in his back pocket.
I love her. And all the crowd don't know either. There's only family who knew.
Because he had to say, Penta is fucking Ronnie Garvin, former world champ.
Like, who is this?
Because he announces everybody except for Ronnie Garvin.
Roddy.
Oh, God. He's not changed his gear at all. He's so brilliant. I love the fact he doesn't give a fuck. He comes in and Hacksaw hooks up and Garvin works over Mosh. And then next out is Thrasher. So we have this weird thing now where you've got headbangers versus Hacksaw.
Ronnie Garvin.
Fucking racing post Ronnie. And all together fucking... Oh, it's amazing.
What a team.
It's just wonderful. It's just so great, this is. Nothing happens. We get to number 5. It's fucking Carlito, who's currently on the fucking Federation's books. They just use the WWE theme as well. Yeah. But actually takes 2 attempts to poke the eye of Carlito. As off camera, Ronnie Garvin's obviously realised the 3:30 at Kempton's about to go off.
But he don't realise it's 3:30 in the afternoon, but he's wrestling 3:30 in the morning.
He's eliminated by Duggan. The commentary team don't even mention it. The next one out The next one, it's an old lady in a nursing home who's wandered out in her pants. It's Jimmy Snooker. My God.
This is fucking weird. He gets in and everybody goes, hey.
Well done for being alive.
Well done for being a murderer.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't age well.
He's here. Fucking hell.
That's what I mean, he just looks like a really old lady.
No, his hair's gone back, but he's got like a weird, like, party thing. So, somebody's got a lawnmower over his head.
Oh, God. Anyway, Duggan's dumped out Mosh.
Why have we eliminated somebody who can move as well? Why have we eliminated the people who can't?
Exactly. Sniffing out a payday is Tony Atlas next. In fairness to Tony Atlas,
he looks good. And
he's in better shape than probably Mosh. So, you know.
Fit not long ago.
Yeah.
Mark.
He's, I think he's pretty good shape. Next
Time for a good
person,
old-fashioned squad.
the next person is not. It's Big Daddy V, and he's getting podgier and podgier. How long was it until he left this mortal coil?
2014.
Yeah.
3 years, yeah.
But he does, I mean, he is definitely the MVP of this match.
I mean, his soul died on this show, but his body, you know, carried on for
Mick
3
Foley, he's just a weird commentator. Feels the need to tell us that Big Daddy V is his son's favourite wrestler. Like, what? Foley then talks about Big Daddy V.
Mo.
That would have been brilliant.
Where was
If
Mo?
he'd have said, Thrasher, my son's favourite wrestler.
Roddy Garvin, and he disappointed myself. I'm getting here.
He then tells a story about Big Daddy V sitting on his head in the Royal Rumble in 2008. Duggan is thrown over by Big Daddy V, and then Thrasher follows.
No, you call eliminate talker.
I know. Rob Conway hasn't got his Fed theme. He's out.
No, that's true. Why are you going to
And off camera, we've lost Tony Atlas, who just does the gun show to Conway.
Look at it.
Just what the fuck is going on here?
And then is he the first one to go over when Foley decides, I'm
He's
going
the
to speak
first
to people
one,
now?
and he basically goes on about how rough these men are.
Yeah, they're rough.
They're
And
rough,
I'm
brother.
coming back next year. No,
No one's coming back.
There ain't another one you noticed.
It's my life. It's
They're
now or
joking.
never. It's Bon Jovi, of course. That everyone knows that is the theme tune for Zach Going. It probably was, wasn't it, in JCW?
In JCW, yeah, in WWE, it was Out of My Way by Seether, which was on the Freddie B. Jason soundtrack.
Is that the legitimate theme he had?
Yeah.
That's so not suited to Zach Going, is
Gotta
it?
give him a...
He's doing, I'm Jake the Peg.
Hey, core of that.
With me one.
Core of that. None of that. You cancelled them. Go, that's Nick Folk, we're done now.
Yeah, got an
Ruin my
extra
birthday.
Yeah, one leg up.
Got one leg.
Well,
Check, nick me leg.
it's Zach the Peg then.
Check the peg. Nick Zach Gowen's other leg.
Oh, let's not talk about Jake and JCW. Anyway, Rob Conway lays him out on his way out. Rob Conway then takes the fake leg off. Zach Going. Carlito, showing how disinterested he is with winning a Bill Apter plaque, just eliminates himself over the top onto Conway. Doink, the clown is out next.
Doink.
It's the Matt Bourne version.
But he's got it, the face theme.
Yeah,
That's what I know. Don't say. I mean, look at him.
I mean, I think we're probably thinking a little bit too much into this. Like, none of them have faces all
This
heels.
is where I zoned it.
Yeah. Superfly is thrown out by Zach Gowen. KG tells us that Conway sweeps the good leg of Zach Gowen. He only has one leg, but okay.
He can't sweep
I
the
mean,
bad leg, otherwise he'll end up
It's
getting the
fairly
other leg.
obvious what his good leg is. It's the one he has.
Not the one he pulled off.
Oh, Eugene's out next.
Don't they keep saying that Vince bought in 2 legs?
This just feels like Dark Side of the Ring have done a battle royal than it really is. What the fuck?
Everyone on the scenes of this. We're all singing.
Where's Vic Grimes?
Jesus
Where's he
Christ.
coming?
Also, the commentator goes on about it. He's bought out the dark side of retarded. Apparently, I think he's feuding as a heel with that going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the future.
Oh dear. So yeah, not a wonderful thing. Comment. But obviously, it pales into comparison to a murderer going on to commentary at the moment. This is as Brutus the Barber Beefcake is coming out.
Fucking Brutus, you can't get rid of Hogan. Do you think that was going, can you get us Hogan?
Please get us Hogan. I'd have loved to see Hogan as a
The
juggler.
best they can do is not.
Even Knobs turned it down.
What I love about this though, by the time Brutus gets to the ring, like the clowns on the stage, and no what the fuck's happened. He's just out.
Yeah,
I mean, what happened there? He tells us, he goes on to commentate, and he tells us that he'll kick Big Daddy V's ass. And he does drop a few F-bombs and then buggers
don't
off.
he say something that Foley said about 3 times about you rake the ice because you don't want to, you have to. And then he said it, I was like, I think I've heard this before, mate.
Yeah, I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. I think it's a thing, but I don't think that's particularly like. Why are you? You know,
he's trying to
rake of the eye. Like,
yeah, it's the worst thing you can do.
If you really want to be a heel, pull out Brutus's nipple piercings. That's what you want to do.
That's true.
I mean, come on. Is that where he hangs his scissors in his coat? That's what he should have done.
That's what's keeping his face together.
Pulls him out his nipples, his face falls off.
Disco Inferno. Oh my god, he's out next. I mean, I love Disco Inferno. He went, I'm a heel. I'm comfortable. I'm just going to be a heel forever. I don't give a shit to whether they throw bottles or not. I'm going to be a fucking heel.
Are you a legend or an icon?
He lives the gimmick.
Which do you fit in here?
I mean, even Foley has struggles to justify him being a legend, doesn't he, really?
Then again, Rob Conway.
Yeah. Well, Eugene's eliminated by Zach Gowen.
Oh, Eugene appeared?
To continue this feud. Brutus is dumped by Big Daddy V. Last out is Rikishi. So we quickly get to the big face-off between the two.
Did you not see his TNA run? He does not give a shit. Pay the man. That's what he wants.
So Big Daddy V makes the mistake of headbutting Kishi, and then he's laid out. Kishi gives Disco Inferno a stink face. But then Big Daddy V just gets up and throws Rikishi out.
It was the implosion of the Fat Man.
I imagine Rikishi was in the sort of top 5 talent that got highest paid on this card as well.
Probably, yeah.
And he's probably, I mean, he's done the least amount of work. Well, no,
well,
actually,
it felt like it was going to.
That's probably Dennis Condry, to be honest.
Well, I don't think Dennis Condry got much pay.
It felt like there was building to Big Daddy V Rikishi, but then they just got Rikishi.
Yeah. Well,
even Rikishi was like, what the fuck happened?
Conway and Disco have a fight, and Big Daddy V dumps them. So we're down to the final 2, which is Big Daddy V and Zach Gowen. But I love this, because if you really watch this back, Big Daddy V tries 3 times to eliminate himself. Trying to do this spot
when he just goes,
where he's supposed to kick him as he lifts. And he has to do it like at least 3 times. All the time, Rikishi and Disco are cutting promos on the fucking commentary. No one cares. Eventually, Zach Gowen wins the plaque. And he goes over to Foley and puts over, this is the biggest win in his career. And then they sing Blue Moon.
Blue Moon!
Because he's obviously
I was thinking that yesterday at time we recorded.
Yes. 27 minutes.
It's long, boy. It's longer than you expect.
Sam?
I quite enjoyed this in this sick way because, I mean, look, these random old men appearing.
The problem is, though, well, you've got these. You've got Carlito.
It's like Marlon Jackson.
You've got Conway. You've got people who could do a 10-minute match. Inconsequential. Just remind people of the Ruthless Aggression era and just keep. You know, the Headbangers could do a tag match. You've shoved them all in this waste of time battle royal to put over Zach Gowen. They haven't really made a big deal out of it. It should have been Zach. If you've got Zach Gowen booked against Eugene tomorrow night, that should have been the last 2. You don't. Why are you putting over Big Daddy V?
Because he's fat. You got a one-legged man against the fat man.
I probably am trying to read into this too much.
Or just have Eugene cost Zach.
Exactly. Yeah.
Throw his other leg on the floor as he got.
The problem is, like, if WWE booked this as like one of them Raw specials, there'd have been enough little silly moments, proper like moments in it, where you'd have thought, well, that was worth it. Nothing happened, really, other than the you see him.
The only spot.
The only spot was the clap of the snooker and Ronnie Garvin wearing his working gear.
That was the funniest bit. That was Ronnie Garvin
coming out. Nobody knows
So
who he
he
was
must
because he turned up at the show and they went, "Oh my God, we forgot we called him. We better just put him in this because he's so out of place even in this."
He's wonderful though. He's definitely MVP at the moment. But
Great.
yeah, it's bad. Jack.
Yeah, it's very good. It's just annoying. It's the biggest annoyance, like you've said, is you've got people here in Carlito, Mosh and Thrasher, Conway, even Big Daddy V being fat. You've at least got people who can give you a sort of a match that the crowd is not so much care, but at least enjoy for 10 minutes at the most. And you've shoved them all into a consequential battle royal. I ain't got a problem with Zach winning it because he's going to be here tomorrow and the crowd have obviously care about him who watch JCW. But it is a bit weird that you have him just... It's just the one-legged man eliminates the big fat man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they just give the win to Mosh or something like that?
I wish they had. I wish they'd have just picked it out
Or
of the bag.
Snooker.
Picked it out
I'm not
of the
going
bag.
over the rope because I caught.
That's
That's why Iron Cheek won the gimmick battle royal in 2001.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, if that was the case, though, Jesus Christ, there's some of them that really would have struggled to get over the fucking top rope.
He has to do it twice.
3 times, yeah. Bill Apter is backstage with the Rock and Roll Express, and they put over their feud with, you guessed it, the Midnight Express. It's still going on, folks. Now, am I right in
wonder
saying...
if they called Jim Cornette for this show.
I don't know. Oh, God.
I think they might have done, but I think they might have
I'm
been.
sure they're saying this thing, will this feud ever end?
Yes.
For God's sake.
Am I right in saying, though, the Rock and Roll Express had a match 2019 in AEW?
Ricky Morton's still doing in NWA.
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah, he's still.
The Rock and Roll appeared on it, and then I think
won the tag
Santana
belts.
and Ortiz beat up the Rock and Roll on AEW.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for him here, then.
But Ricky's still fighting every
yeah.
week.
yeah, he's
The Midnight Express here tonight are represented by beautiful Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey, which I don't know, was that the original Midnight Express? I don't think it
the
was.
original national one, because the real original one was Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, the one that they did the feud with Midnight.
The guitar
Midnight.
player for Ozzy Osbourne.
But when they did that, but yeah, it was the national one with Cornette was Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey.
And then it went to Sweet Stanley.
Then he went to Stanley, but he's doing his boat show stuff.
Oh, I want to see him again now, Max Headroom. Anyway, the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express. We hope to see some lovely throwback to Ricky Morton taking a lot of punishment. I love the fact that he's going to obviously put the heat on it, make the hot tag, and
The throwback.
let's do it. Let's have this throwback match. The Rock and Roll jump the heels. There's a double drop kick, and then cover and win.
See ya. They don't even celebrate, they're just right up the ramp.
They don't even go and have a chat with Foley. I think
he's trying to call him, but I was like,
I think
You
it was
understand me?
31 seconds. So anything.
It's too long. It could have halved that. Dennis Condrey had some nice shorts. It seems weird, but you've got nice shorts.
did
But
Bobby Eaton get in the ring?
it's so pointless. They should have just said, what are we going to do?
Gonna
We're going to go 31 seconds. Well, it just won't bother then. We'll just give, and then that 31 seconds we'll give to the next
Could have
match.
been a skit. They could have shoved these in the Battle Royal, and then just so happens that the 4 men square off.
Yeah, exactly.
Just an absolute waste of anyone's time. And I think even the crowd, they don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like, oh man, like, what the hell? I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, mate. I'm knackered here. Ali G. What's going on there? Anyway, Sam.
My mind now is, well, that was quick. and the next time after that, thank God.
I mean, could
Of course, he's going
can
20
they
minutes.
not have what? They couldn't have just put a hold on Ricky Morton and just give him a kick in the corner.
You
And...
can do it. How broken down are you that you can't just put him in a headlock?
Ricky Morton is still good, as you say, 13 years later.
That's what I mean. I can't believe that they couldn't have given
Bobby
us more
is
than
this
30.
amazing worker.
Yeah.
Only he could just work with Ricky.
I mean, Dennis
None of
Condrey
this
has
point.
been 93 for all his life. He's always had that old head. But, yeah. Thank God we got Terry Funk anyway, because Christ almighty, this needs to improve. Bill Apter interviews Funk.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be a fight. Terry Funk, Roddy Piper has told me he's coming here for a fight tonight. Are you ready?
Am I ready? I am so ready for Roddy Piper because you've got to understand what this guy has done to me. This guy is nothing more than cat poop. That sounds stupid, cat poop. But I'll tell you what, my daddy years ago went ahead and told me, he said, son, he says, every horse, I'm 98% sure that if you breed an idiot horse to an idiot horse, what you produce is a frigging idiot. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Well, Roddy Piper's mother, she was a whore. Roddy Piper's father was an idiot. You breed those two together, and what does that produce? It produces an idiot. And why am I so upset? Because this idiot goes running around California, knocking me out there to all of the producers and directors, and going ahead and telling me how wonderful, telling people in the world how wonderful that They Live was. They Live. What a horrible, god-awful movie.
It wasn't
what
that
a
bad.
stinking piece of crap They Live was. My God, I could go ahead and I could do something even better than that. They Live. Roddy Piper died. He died in that movie. Look at the movies that I made. Why do you people keep on talking about how great of an entertainer Roddy Piper is? Going ahead and putting him on the stage in this day and era. Well, he is. I'll tell you something. He is a great actor. He is a great actor, but not on the screen, not on the movie screen. He's a great actor in the wrestling ring. Roddy Piper is a faker and always has been. Terry Funk is a real deal. Can you count on that? I'll tell you, you can be sure of that. I am the goddamn real deal.
Whoa.
No, he starts off hot because he's Funk. He calls Piper cat poop. And he goes, I don't mean, but, he's cat poop.
Cat poop.
And then he calls Piper's mum a whore and his dad an idiot. Well, he first he tells a story about how his dad told him that if an idiot horse breeds with an idiot horse, you get an idiot horse. But then just goes, I'm just going to call his mum a whore.
I think that was his thing just anyway. I think he called it foul. He said it to Foley on a WWE show, the WWE JCW show, which was on my birthday in 06.
He does give Piper a really sick burn, though, when he just gets angry. He goes, they live! Roddy Piper died in that. Knob.
David Blitz. Blew yourself up on the roof. Shit.
What about Il Monster Frog Town?
I mean, Funk, he says that Piper is a faker and he always has been. Then he walks the camera ranting. It's by far and away the best bit of the show.
It is
so
just
far.
a crazy old man just having a rant.
Yeah, I mean, he's struggling to give you any reason that these two should have any reason to fight. Other than Funk is seemingly angry that he's a better actor than Piper. That's the only hook that we've got tonight. But he does his best, bless
It is
him.
weird, that the only match that they really got any history is the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you got Foley and Funk there. I don't understand why they couldn't just do a little bit of throwback. But, I mean, actually come the main event to know why. Yeah. So it's an our next match is an ECW 7-way dance match.
Philly Madness.
Oh my God. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Philly Madness. Jesus. Because they call it ECW probably.
Couldn't play music.
I was going to say, we can have the team, but we'll call it that.
Call them the name.
Raven's out to Offspring, isn't he?
Yeah, that is.
That was his
yeah.
thing.
Keep separated.
Keep them separated. And
Come out and play.
I love the fact that...
I think I should have done that with a lot of the legends. Just keep them
I love the fact
separated.
he goes round to the crowd and there's a bloke really aggressively with an air horn. He's just right in Raven's face.
Have that.
I just thought never has a show deserved that moment, that rebellion from a crowd. I agree with you, mate. You deserve to air horn.
The 15-man Royal Rumble for the keeper. I him not to Raven.
Balls Mahoney. Oh, God, Balls Mahoney. Balls Mahoney, he looks like he's lost a lot of weight. He looks very uncomfortable.
He's lost all his teeth as well.
Yeah, 38.
Is that what he's
38?
Piss off.
He was 38 because he died. He only died. He was 44, and that was like 6 years after this. 2016, 17. When I looked, he was 38 at this point.
That's
38.
That hard life.
He's
He's done A to Z.
I think he's tried everything going.
and all the way back.
Shane Douglas has spent all his money on hair dye. He's out next. He's got the darkest
How's
beard.
XPW doing?
Yeah, good old. I mean, he should have come out with a gun and beer. They're gonna
straight somewhere.
Sabu, I thought at this point, well, he ain't changed a lot, and then he took his head gear off.
It's always me. When you see Sabu who's bald or with short hair.
Yeah, I think bald Sabu is a little bit less jarring than, like, you know, Hunter Sean, Skinner Sean kind of hair.
Bobby Charlton Sabu. Got the combo.
Two Carl Scorpio has always had that head and always looks the same. He does look in good shape.
Well, it is funny that he's got into WCW thing.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He should be the poster boy for marijuana, really.
Yeah.
He's always looked the same.
To be fair, he's the poster boy for Legend Show, who could actually give us something. Because he was on like Legends of
he can still do a leap off the top rope, which is more than most.
Heroes of Wrestling Lassie, because he fought Julio Fantastico or whatever.
And he was on the last show, JCW show we watched with the.
Was he in that
match?
Random tag match?
It was him and Just Incredible versus
because that fucking promo.
That pay attention.
Yeah. That was wonderful. And rounding, not rounding out the field. Penultimately is Al Snow, who's out with head, so Foley can basically drop his Al
Foley's
Snow.
got material.
Yeah, he's got his Al Snow.
Wonder why he was booked.
And then fucking Rhino, who's by far and away the best shape.
Aren't you still employed by TNA?
And again, someone who goes back to the feds in a while.
6 years.
Is he still wrestling in TNA now?
I think he is.
He ain't been on for a while on TNA.
But he was wrestling up until fairly recently in TNA. Mind you, he is probably the youngest by a long way, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he was fairly young when he debuted in JCW.
That's balls, I think. 20 years.
Youngster Balls Mahoney.
Fucking hell, balls. 38.
I know, unbelievable. 38
Bloody hell,
years
you have a year off that.
Yeah. I think at this point, AJ Styles was older than these. He's always the one people use, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's like 40 odd in there.
Yeah.
Look at balls.
AJ.
I mean, it might be that Jericho was older than him at this point.
Higher balls over AJ because of his age.
Yeah.
What now?
More of a future.
The youngster, up and coming youngster.
He did.
There's a triple start, so we get over the sort of the triangle matches.
That was bollocks.
There.
That was bollocks. It was just like a huddle up.
Yeah, it was just a load of pull-up.
What the fuck we doing?
Series of rolls. Yeah. Sabu grabs a table. Thank God for Sabu. All I want to see is a table. He hits a nice handspring elbow. First time we've seen a move tonight. Scorpio then hits a nice moonsault. Balls does his jabs, his balls jabs. And it lays out Scorpio. And after his trip, he hits a Michinoku driver to Rhino.
That was his finish for it.
Yeah, what was it called?
Nutcracker Sweet.
Nutcracker Sweet, yeah. Scorpio hits his 450, but Walls kicks out. There's a belly-to-belly by the franchise. I think that's his finish, isn't it? Yeah. Even flowed EDT by Raven, which is his finish. And then there's a series of headshots by Al Snow, which he has said was his finish.
Yeah. Never beat anybody with a boot.
Oh, you had the Snow.
Beat with me, Said he never beat anyone with it. So
just
it's got a bit of
I think he
finish.
did. He beat Road Dogg once.
Beat people with a head.
You call him up, Sam. You hold him to it. I remember when you beat Road Dogg.
You beat Road Dogg once.
You liar.
So you didn't win once.
Sabu crashes through his own table. We miss the gore, because of course we do. But that's enough to put out Snow. And Rhino gets a plaque. Rhino, and then there's just chaos afterwards. But we miss most of it. Like at one point, we're told that, look at Rhino, he's gored fucking Scorpio, who's dead on the fucking way.
But they're just too busy focused on Raven and Douglas. I bet you.
Doing the old granddad fight. And Balls and Foley have said the same joke about fucking Vince McMahon saying he has no balls.
Because of when he had his son
Yeah.
See that in our archive?
Yeah, well, we didn't do that spot, though, did we? I wish we did do that spot.
I think he was on a house show.
We had done his son thing, yeah.
We ain't done his son's pro.
We've done his
Oh,
thing.
oh,
Now remember,
we've
Eddie,
done his
you
thing.
need to
Yeah.
stop drinking.
We will do his son, though.
Yeah, we
will
will.
do his. We'll definitely do his son.
Wait,
And I'm rebooking it as balls. Okay.
You do. It's me.
It's Axel.
I mean,
oh my
Foley
God.
loves this so much because he must repeat the same joke 4 times. He says it through the match. Hey, balls! Come have that joke about Vince McMahon. No
do it
balls.
twice on
And
commentary.
he gets him to do it again. It's like, oh, come on. And then Al Snow comes later on and suggests that Foley knows a lot about head. But
But
anyway.
as well, he even mentions the balls thing to Al Snow.
He knows, yeah.
And Al Snow was laughing. He was like, oh,
Yeah, but he heard it for the 9th time, hasn't he?
yeah.
I mean, it was much, much better. Gave far, far too short.
Short, sharp.
I mean, Raven, I think, hit one move,
Yeah.
the DDT. It was chaos. You know, the commentary bits with Balls and Foley was fun at first. And really, it should have probably been the first match in terms of getting things hot and getting things in. It just needed
This wouldn't have been
way
things
more time. I understand you've got to get things done, but like 25 minutes on a battle royal or 5 minutes more of this.
Don't worry, we got the best the next match.
Yeah. But it was the first passable match that we had. Jack?
Yeah, I think it should have opened because if you're watching JCW, you probably watch ECW, so it will be your cup of tea. 7 people all doing a bit mad, you know.
Yeah.
Sabu's going to get a table and a chair because he can't have a match with anyone. I think it's probably the wrong winner, not that Rhino
agree
isn't
with
in
that.
shape or anything, but it just feels like if you're going to have an ECW match, at least put over like Raven
Or Sabu.
or Sabu, or even Douglas because he
Well, I was
just
gonna say
Douglas
Douglas
wins
wins
everything,
everything,
and he
yeah.
can lap and cut a 12-hour promo after. But it's what they do is fine. It's just obviously the production misses off of it.
I know, yeah.
But it's probably the first clusterfuck match where, well, it is the first on this card, but it's a clusterfuck match where I wore completely bamboozled by everything. I was okay.
Don't worry. You'll get that later
Oh,
on.
I will be.
Sam?
Yeah, it was just. It was what it was. It was the ECW fulfillment, really.
Yeah.
Who's still alive? Who can we afford?
How many of them are dead?
To be fair, most of them still.
There's only balls, are there?
Well, there's only balls.
youngster.
So Vince does.
The youngest one.
The youngest one, he's dead.
Unbelievable.
There's only balls in the original ECW who's dead.
And Axel.
Everyone else is alive.
Is Chili Willy still going strong?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good old
He'll be on the
Chili.
next Legends of Icon.
Get him on
He's
the-
frozen. He's
get
gonna
him on
be-
the next
he's gonna
2K
be
game,
thawed
that's what I'll
out
say.
in like 20.
I'm going to
24.
start the movement. You know how Vince, Stephanie McMahon invented women. I'm going to start the
Chili
movement
Willy.
of Chili Willy being the poster boy for the next WWE 2K
DLC,
game.
you can have like a promo like Sting did.
Chili Willy. Chili Willy.
Oh, don't worry.
I'll stick
We've
my cup in
said
the
the
fridge.
good thing that you get from this, you get Greg Valentine, you get Terry Funk, and we get Bob Backlund. And then Bob, that makes me happy.
Well, Foley before, he does the thing where he starts clapping now and he says he's going to clap it.
Until that makes
Till
the
Bob
link
talks.
Till
And he
Bob
never
talks.
Never.
And then I go, well, Bob said he don't want to talk.
Don't
And you
talk,
can
yeah.
see Foley thinking, no.
Yeah. Can I stop? Can I stop clapping yet? Please stop.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's just chaos. Yeah, absolute chaos.
Funny.
We get more dead air before Hail to the Chief saves us, and out walks Bob Backlund. He does look in ridiculously good shape. I mean, he's got to be in his late 50s, 60s. He's just unbelievable. And this is where we told this 3 a.m. I mean, who the fuck is staying awake for this?
Bob?
And his opponent is the Olympic athlete, Ken Patera.
I like the fact that Bob is the only one that goes in the crowd.
Ken Patera looks so confused. He wonders how he looks like he's a lost boy. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on here. Foley
found his old cape in the cupboard and he's gone, I'm going to put it on and pretend I'm the old.
It feels like the end of like one of them down and out, like the end of The Wrestler, the movie
Yeah.
where this is his moment. He should have like really like orchestral music of he's getting his last final moment in the sun.
No, it's like you know when the AEW was starting with Double or Nothing, you had Dustin Rhodes with the gold stuff, and he put it in the trunk.
Yeah.
So it's basically the other way around. Where Ken Patera opens up the trunk, there's his cape, and it's like glowing as he looks at it.
There's his jail gear and an empty.
And then he hears, "I'm loving it." He hears the McDonald's whistle as he opens.
This should have fought Doink as Ronald McDonald. That was the feud. That's the money feud.
He should have been.
He'd have just gone on and wrecked.
He
Said, "I ain't talking about that shit."
The Hamburger.
Yeah, he is definitely.
Well, he was.
That they missed the trick. WWE not bringing him back they brought him back as a face. He went to jail and then I went, well, he can't be a heel anymore.
The only one it was a burger.
People can relate to that.
I was with Bobby Heenan.
Well, Foley reminds us about Ken Patera's jail stint. Thanks, Foley. He does look very, very odd, though, because he's wearing big shorts, big, huge granddad shorts, a blue T-shirt, and then suspenders over the T-shirt. It's just weird. Bob Backlund offers the handshake, and eventually he's given, so we're going to have a nice sort of ROH pure star wrestling match. Ken pushes off Bob to start, and then Bob ducks out and he does his hops. I love his hops. And then he keeps outsmarting Ken before he heads into the crowd randomly. There's a peanut spot as Foley and KG do a good job telling us about Patera's past with Andre and stealing the hair and all that. Patera locks in the bear hug. Bob headbutts out, but he's locked back in. He reverses it, but he can't lift Patera into his own bear hug. The full Nelson, which I think was Patera's finish, is locked in.
I think it was. Any strong man, I will get your arms around the back of your head.
Yeah.
That's it.
Patera pulls an absolutely wonderful face when Bob tries to lock in the chicken wing. He does this all flopper like he's been goosed. But
they don't tell them at McDonald's.
It doesn't end there because it ends with a roll up, obviously. Instead of just giving Bob the wing, the court just let him win with his chicken wing. Chicken wrong man. I still might have that last run in me.
Do you think Vince was watching?
No. Well, it was watching. No.
Oh God! I mean, fair play to Bob because he must have recognised the crowd want to see the wing, so he just actually puts one of the crowd in the wing. I mean, what a man!
When he goes in the Hall of Fame, he does an headstand at one of the conventions.
He's just fucking brilliant. I mean, he gets on the mic.
Hey, Bob. Bob, if you don't mind, man, I have to tell you. Oh, and Bob, here's a mic for you. We've known each other a long time. Amazing how seemingly polar opposite people just bonded. You really seemed to take to these people, and they took to you.
This is good.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
There we
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you right there. That
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, he's doing it.
Yes, we can. How about you? Can you hear me? This is for the people at home, Bob Backlund. This is for the people at home.
This is for you. Yeah.
You know what? Next time I come here, I'm going to clean up your language.
First of all, he don't quite know whether he's talking to the crowd or to us.
Yeah.
He then told my father you're talking to the people at home, and he just goes, next time he's coming, he will clean up our language. And he literally, Foley just goes,
but then don't we,
absolutely batshit crazy.
But then don't we walk down the ramp a bit, and then you just hear him shout.
Well, that's what KG says. He don't need a mic. He's just shouting at the Juggalos at this point. He's randomly turned.
No, I thought he was having a go at the other bloke with Foley.
No, I don't. Obviously, no. He's just just mad. Absolutely. I mean, the match was shit. The absolute dog shit. Worst thing I've ever seen. But
I think this is what Dutch Mantel said. This is possibly the worst.
I mean, Patera belongs nowhere near a ring. Like, he's so immobile.
Well, he died in his prime.
But I'll tell you what, in fairness to him, actually, thinking about it, like, they can only do what they can do. Patera did everything that he could physically do. absolutely fine. I just wish he'd just fucking get up to the wing. That you just put over a fucking move. It don't matter. But I love Bob Backlund. He's fucking wonderful. Sam?
Oh, I think the match was awful, but it's just Bob. Just let Bob go out there and be mental. You don't need Ken Patera.
He's an absolute beautiful madman, isn't he?
He's just brilliant.
Jack?
Yeah, it's horrendously bad. I don't know why Ken is fighting Bob, but it's so bad. Ken's in no shape. Although the only thing I did like the fact that Ken after the match tries to club Bob. Bob just looks at him. At least we saw
they paid
Bob.
me extra for
At
these.
least we saw Bob, who was always Bob and would still be Bob now, 13 years later. And I did like the fact that we saw Ken, even though he was so out of shape.
I mean,
He wore on bloody Mania.
No one has considered Ken Patera to come back to wrestle a match for years.
2011.
He's coming back in 2011.
Mr. Patera, blow the dust off it all.
Why was this the Hogan Warrior of the 70s when Patera was the second IC and Bob was the world?
Yeah. I mean, that would have been
Champion
40
years.
years. I mean, at the end, if Patera had looked at the plaque like Hogan did at the world title, and there was that same Bob had two. Oh dear. Next up is the Memphis 5-way match. Oh my god. So yeah, this is to celebrate Memphis wrestling. First out, it's Dirty Dutch Mantel. He's carrying his whip and he's wearing his poncho. He looks so heel. He's such a heel. Out next, you're only getting me. I've left my bird towel. It's Coco Beware. Don't worry though.
I'm wearing my high energy attire.
Don't worry.
I'll
I'll keep the crowd hot because I'll wear a fucking parrot hat.
That's not that. What the?
Are you alright, Coco?
Is this when Frankie died in a fire or a barbecue?
I love the fact that he got a bird. I don't go get it.
They'll boo me on the way. Get me out.
I've only come in to see the fucking bird.
This is about Memphis. He didn't have the bird in Memphis. He was just
Yeah, exactly.
Just give him the Patriot and he can beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. He puts the hat on Penza though, or just the bird man. Keeping the talent high. Out next, Brickhouse Brown.
Foley shits himself.
Yeah, in fairness to Brickhouse Brown, he does look in
He
decent
looks
shape.
good. He's still alive.
I'm struggling to see the icons and legends here, like, Brickhouse fucking Brown.
I think he probably is for Memphis.
Yeah, Fowdy pops for him. We Will Rock You plays and out walks Doug Gilbert.
What is Doug Gilbert's gimmick? I don't like Doug Gilbert because he sounds like a prick. Basically, anybody who said hello to his brother that owe him everything, and then if you don't speak to him.
He's one of the Gilbert. He's like the lesser Gilbert.
Yeah,
he's less.
Bruce.
He's below Dave.
Bruce Hart of the Gilbert family.
Yeah, he's one of them.
You've got Eddie Gilbert.
Like Sting Day
and then you've got Dave Gilbert.
Yeah.
Everyone is bigger and better than Doug. Didn't he play the...
he was...
in Japan, he was like Jason Voorhees, I think he
played.
Yeah,
I think he played Jason. He was in the 96 Rumble and he turned up late and drunk.
He won a Battle Royal for that, didn't he?
He won a Battle Royal in Memphis to get that shot. Jeez. And then Vader just beat the shit out of him and chucked him out.
Good lad. Out last, though, I must admit, what a boy. He looks good, though, old Austin Idol. Yeah. He's proper fucking...
And this is the match that Dutch Mantel was saying. I booked this, and Idol was not losing. So it was basically, who can we get Idol to win? And he's like, well, no one else will want to be pinned, so I'll fucking get pinned.
I like Idol. He's just gone, this is my gimmick for life. Yeah. I'm gonna live this gimmick. Well,
he's got the Idol
everywhere he goes out, I recken he wears that little pork pie hat.
He's still going in NWA.
Is he? Yeah. What a wonderful man. What a wonderful, wonderful man.
I think that one of his logos is the old Hulkamania, the one with the dumbbell.
Yeah.
But it's his face at the top, and it's just underneath Idol Mania. As I was saying,
he created Hulkamania.
A
lot of people have claimed to create Hulkamania, haven't they, really? Idol poses, so he gets worked over by the four men. He's dumped out, so we pair up. Coco Beware works over Gilbert. before Idol's back into laying jabs to everyone. There's no moves as usual, as Idol immediately starts locking in the figure four. Basically, someone's whispered, "Go home." So he starts to lock in the figure four. Dutch Mantel saves him. He has a whip. He backs up Gilbert, which allows Idol to run behind Dutch Mantel, and another roll up for the win. Austin Idol, absolutely awful, like absolutely awful
watches.
Awful. I don't think Brickhouse Brown did anything.
Even Coco went, come on.
Absolutely dog shit. Sam?
It was what it was. That's all I'll say. I mean, I like a few of these in it, so, you know, I can't really say much.
So, Jack?
Yeah, it was crap. I mean, I think they gave too much cadence to Austin Idol, thinking that the crowd would be like, oh my god, it's Austin Idol. But it was Memphis. And I don't know where this is.
Well, you've got to be talking.
Where was this?
Austin Idol was exactly mid-80s at the top of his game, probably. I would imagine.
Well,
certainly
I was 70s. I think mid-80s would be when, like, on the way to.
You mean people in the mid-80s would go, "Who is he?" Like, no, I think 2011.
Who is you?
Yeah, but like they built up that he's coming out of retirement.
It's like Billy Graham in the mid-80s.
They get too much thinking that maybe they didn't, but they did build it up like it was a massive thing, and the crowd obviously don't give a shit about most of it anyway. And then two of them in the match, Coco and Brickhouse, just bugger off. I mean, if you're trying to judge it as an actual match with some sort of
Brickhouse just wanted to speak to his friend Nick Foley. That's why.
It is awful. I mean, he does cut a lovely promo afterwards, and then Austin Idol, he's proper like, I've got another sideline. And selling the gear.
Yeah. Like Mark Clone.
Why not?
I think he has got a wrestling school. Universal Wrestling School.
Why not apparel, apparently, he's doing at this point.
Why not?
Why not? Why not at all? I mean, I might buy me an Austin Idol hat. I think.
I'd buy the hat.
Yeah, it's a wonderful hat. Tracy's mother's. He's so heel, he's now got an illegitimate daughter that he sometimes fucks.
You were made for it.
He is the biggest heel in fucking
He cannot exist in society unless he's a wrestler.
I just love it. Last time we seen him, Wickagoo was in jail. This time we seen him, he's got an illegitimate daughter that he sometimes has sex with. It's like, he's wearing a Confederate flag. He could not be more heel if he tried. He might as well find a baby and stamp on
man
it.
whoever racist.
You know he would.
Yeah, come out strangling a cat. He just doesn't give a shit.
I thought you was going to say something else.
Maybe. Tommy Rich, he looks awful. Tommy Rich does. He looks like
former NWA world champion.
I know, but what's happened to his neck? His shoulders are like up here now. He walks like that.
The FBI explodes.
Super
This
great.
is it.
Yeah, just look
Pumping
like.
on your stereo.
Was they both
Tommy
in
Rich.
the FBI?
Yeah,
they were.
Look wonderful. He comes out to Black Beauty as well.
What about the Lloyd's TSB?
Yeah, I think so. Right, this match. I mean, they don't even give.
Was this a match?
I mean, you've got to give that man a mic.
Course
Let
you
him
have,
get
all you need.
bottles
with
of
Tracy.
piss thrown at his head. That's all
I
you
had a
need.
poo during this match and listened to it and went, bloody hell, that was quick.
Well, he didn't miss much because there was a knee lift by Tommy Rich. Isabel distracted him, so Smothers tripped him and used the ropes to win. And it wasn't even a very good pin.
Well, I could hear it on my telly and I was like, fucking hell, that was quick.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this is probably the worst wrestling event we've ever watched by some way at this point. I mean, the fact that they even missed the mark, just give the man a bloody mic.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to try and understand what you did. This is the most weakest use of people that I've ever seen. Like, it's so bad. Jack?
Yeah, I mean, you just need to let him talk. I just love the fact that we've watched Tracy Smothers twice in JCW and we've saw about a minute. That's great. What a career he's had.
True.
That's it.
But I mean, it's a waste of Tracy Smothers because he's such a good heel.
I mean, I'm glad he got the win, but
it causes a right when there's only 2 people there.
Are these both dead? Tracy Smothers dead.
Tracy Smothers is dead. Tommy Rich is dead inside.
I can't believe he's got much long left, Tommy Rich. I mean, his head now must be round his bollocks. I mean, his head must be round his bollocks. What's going on? It was, I love Tracy Smothers. He hasn't even done anything in this match, in this event, and I still felt like putting him as my MVP just because he exists.
It's just his gimmick.
He is a heel. I'm going to be a heel for life. Stan, obviously you went for a shit.
Yeah, because I thought, okay, he's come out, I can do this and then come back, and then I could hear in the background, well, that was over. I was like, well, all right then.
You didn't miss a lot.
Fair enough.
We've reached the main event. It's time now. It's a double main event. And out first are Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, our soon-to-be WWE Tag Team Champions of the world. So it should be a better match. They head out. Road Dogg takes the mic. He got his usual catchphrases in before Roadhouse plays, and the J. Roadhouse. Do you keep saying it? I always say that, don't I? Roadhouse. I always
Roadhouse is the fucking Kevin Bacon film with Terry Funk in it.
Yeah, well, exactly, which is much better than They Live. Rockhouse plays.
Kevin Bacon, Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
yes,
always Patrick Bacon. Same thing.
Loose.
I wish Funk was in that. Everybody put loose.
Funk.
Rockhouse plays, and the JWO members of Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and
I wonder which one of these 3 is not in the match.
I mean, I think at this point he's highly medicated more so than drunk because he's actually quite coherent in his promo, but he's not in the best shape in terms of physically anyway. He looks sore, if anything, but he does cut a coherent promo and he links it back to the old. Are you here to see the NWO or WCW audience tally that they used to do?
You here to see DX.
One more
Xbox
for the bad guys.
DX.
I do like that sort of thing, and like I say, he don't have to do anything more than that. Really, that's all we needed. As
or
I say,
even a title match in the last JCW thing with them.
Yeah, but that was
2007.
7,000 tequila bottles ago. That was. We know this is just odd. Like, we've got the perfect build. Somehow JCW have managed to align the NWO versus DX way before WWE have ever been able to do it. So in true JCW fashion, they just add in a random special guest referee, and it's Vampiro, who has no makeup.
He's just painted up.
He just looks like the guy from what's he called? Youngblood, is he, or something like that?
Oh yeah, Youngblood.
Yeah, he just looks like him. He just
looks like him.
Yeah, just random emo blokes come out like, what's going on?
It's AFI.
But more on Vampiro later on. So Kevin Nash starts off. He lays in his knees, his corner elbows to Road Dogg. If Jim Cornette was there, he'd already have the marker out.
Yeah.
Road Dogg hits his jabs and jives, and Billy Gunn and X-Pac take over. KG and Foley talk about marijuana use as X-Pac drop kicks and hits a spinning heel kick to Gunn. There's a Bronco Buster to Road Dogg, but Gunn hits a clothesline out the corner. Road Dogg locks in a sleeper. X-Pac survives the arm drop. There's a shaky leg knee drop by the Road Dogg.
Shaky leg knee drop.
Yep. Vampiro does a slow count. No build to this.
No.
Like, out of nowhere, Vampiro's not counted. There's a double clothesline by X-Pac on the Outlaws, and in comes Nash. There's a big choke slam by Nash to Billy Gunn. Road Dogg makes the save. He has a go at Vampiro, so he just kicks Road Dogg down, pulls Nash onto Billy Gunn, and fast counts. Like, literally just does a fast count, and that's it. And then Vampiro goes all Taz, asking if it's hot in here or is it in. Takes off his shirt, and he's a fucking member of the JWO. Who'd have fucking thought it?
Joking me.
I wonder who the other members are.
The person he's fighting in the main event tomorrow night is one of the members, apparently.
Okay, no.
I mean, obviously, fuck the ending. Fuck the ending.
Wow.
But, like, this should have been your main event for me, because you've got 4 people who should be able to work, and it's a big hook still for this fan base to be seeing.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a decade old now, but they are the biggest 2 factions in wrestling. to have Vampiro in it, to continue to push a stable that I don't know whether really exists within this company. I don't know what the payoff is for this, if there is any.
They did invade TNA the once, didn't they?
Well, it's got to be Road Dogg. It's got to come back.
Road Dogg versus Vampiro, Bloody Mania 9. But I can forgive the first 5, the ending, because the first 5 minutes is the only bit of wrestling we've watched so far. Jack?
Yeah, the actual match itself is fine until, if you take Vampiro out, it would have been fine. But the fact that Vampiro was in made it confusing. And the finish is awful because Vampiro super kicks Road Dogg. Then Billy Gunn is the man who's legal. So he has to drag Thingy onto Billy Gunn and not Road Dogg.
Yeah.
And Nash, I think, is the one he saved. But he has to put him on him anyway. So the super kick in the turn was pointless.
Yeah.
Because Billy Gunn was done with the choke slam for about a minute.
Yep.
Like, he just had to lay there. So that was awful. Then he just turns and joins us at JWO. No one gives a shit. Why do we need a story out of this? The story is NWO v DX or New Age Outlaws. And that would have been fine, and people would have cared. And wrestling fans who aren't JCW fans would have gone, I wouldn't mind seeing that, because I know these were in TNA recently.
I know the names of these.
Well, they can all move, because I've seen them in TNA.
It's like Brickhouse fucking Brighton, isn't
So
it?
I think it would have been better to highlight the show and hype it as that's the main event. But yeah, it was the one match that they didn't need to fuck up, they fucked up.
So?
I mean, I just got confused. I mean, the first thing said, well, why Vampiro?
Yeah, it just seems so off. He never had anything to do with the NWO, did he?
No. It's just, why are you here?
It would have probably been better if it was X-Pac. In that, obviously, in the ref position. I know that makes it difficult because Scott Hall weren't in a position to wrestle, but because X-Pac's someone who could have chose a side, at least he could have played off the Scott Steiner would have done this.
Somebody on the card must have been in NWO at some point.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in the bloody
Disco Inferno. He was in NWO.
I prefer it the way it is.
Yes. You got Tracy Smothers back out in an NWO shirt, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. There is some nice, wholesome interviews, and Foley gives X-Pac a lot of love. Just keeps going, hey, Nash, that X-Pac can go, Corey. And what was Nash? I'd be like, what? What the fuck?
The ring was bouncy. Thanks, Nash.
It was a bouncy ring. You were fucking wrestling on a trampoline.
Nash, you want to do it? Big joke.
It's easy for you, mate. You just do a hot tag and an elbow. Main event time. Funk heads out. He slaps the shit out of Penza. What an old pro.
Oh, Penza. How do you do?
Funk. Hot Roddy's out with Bob Orton, who's come in his gear, so we know where we're going here. Funk is not happy. He grabs the mic. He repeats basically the earlier trash talk about shitting on Piper's acting career.
Brother's a whore.
He shits on Piper's parents. Piper looks in good shape. I mean, Piper's always been like up and down, and
because like that Taboo Tuesday was so fat. And then the year after he'll come back and he's got abs. He's like King of the Ring 94.
It depends on what film role he might have. I mean, if it's pro wrestlers v zombies, I don't think he's going to have to be in shape.
And to be fair, Piper, he never did moves in his career.
He just brawled,
punch.
Yeah, exactly.
And this match in like the 80s would have been a really good match.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Just not in 2011.
Funk calls him a faker and a phony. Orton's in his ring gear, as I say, he's ready for a match here. Piper says Terry's brother was funked, his father was funked, and he funked his mother. Oh dear. It just all falls apart and we go into a brawl. Piper and Orton work over Funk. We brawl to the guardrail. There's a lot of choking. Orton's on the apron, ready for a tag. Funk starts fighting back. He's already busted himself open, bless him. He locks in a sleeper. Orton blocks it. He uses his cast. Foley's not happy as the crowd chant.
Here comes Popeye.
Yeah. Oh, God. Funk is busted as Foley heads down the aisle. He doesn't fare very well, though, because he immediately stumbles and is beaten up by Roddy Piper. Cactus sack chant deserved. To be fair, the heels just continue to just beat the shit out of the faces. Foley's sent into a ring post outside. Funk nearly wins it with a roll-up, and then I think Piper gets in to turn the roll-up into a roll-up for Orton. He's not done very well, but it means that Orton has won the match between Funk and Piper.
There's no better way to do it.
Which gets the most deserved bullshit chant. I think I know.
And they play the rugby.
And they play the rugby. Well, it's a better song. I like God Almighty. I mean, Jesus Christ, you only had to have a brawl, and it don't really matter who won really with these two. One of them win with a brawl, have a bit of a fight around the ringside, act like you're beating the shit out of each other, and someone win. Foley can get involved to clear out Orton, and then just have someone go over. Of course, it would be Piper because Piper doesn't lose. But yeah, God, it's terrible. Sam?
I mean, my only note was this even a match? Because the bell didn't ring.
Well, it was the main event.
Yeah, but the bell didn't ring to start the match, did it?
Yeah, that's true.
Then he just then Orton pinned fucking Funk. That you even in the match?
I mean, yeah, Bob Orton went over in this match.
Yeah.
Bob Orton's main event.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah. I mean, that even took Bob Orton out of the WrestleMania 1 main event. Jack?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, throughout the show, you feel like Funk's a heel.
Yeah.
And then you get to the main event, and Piper cuts a sort of a face rebuttal to Funk.
Yeah.
And then he's the heel.
And then he becomes the heel, yeah.
And then Foley wanders down, which makes Funk even more muddy, because then Funk is a super baby face, because Foley's helping him. And then Bob wins. The match is not in. He's done nothing on the show. We weren't even made aware that he was here until he wandered out with Piper. And he ends the show winning. It is really bad.
Yeah.
It's never going to be a 5-star classic because it's just going to be a brawl. But they, like with the last match, they just managed to completely fuck it up.
Yeah. I mean, then Foley cuts a promo and says he'll be back next year, and they boo.
Oh, not another one!
Oh God, no! It's not. You and Tony Atlas.
It comes back to it. I know there's different merits when you use grandiose terms for worst of worst ever, because you've got to take into consideration what the size of the company was, what they were trying to achieve. But really, we're talking, this has to be in the arguments with the Sold Out 97, with the Heroes of Wrestling, with the really dog shit shows that we've watched. And arguably, it's got to be one of the worst.
What I was going to say is this, would you say this is worse than Heroes of Wrestling?
Yes, worse than Heroes of Wrestling.
I would say that because this show at least has talent on it that you think could do a decent card.
Well, the Heroes of Wrestling had that Stan Lane to Tully Blanchard little bit of feud that happened when they had a brawl outside.
Marty and Tommy bloody...
Oh, God, Marty. Yeah, the opening match with the Samoans in that fucking show is miles better than anything we see on this card.
It's obviously Jake, you little...
Yeah, Jake ruins everything.
The whole show.
Jake and £1,000
But this
Yoko.
This is just...
And Bloody Mania's better than this.
Yeah, this is... for in-ring work, this is probably the worst.
Without a doubt.
Mile.
I mean, it's the most inconsequential because no one
it's
gives
easy
a fuck.
to watch, though.
Oh, God, it flies. Like,
It's really easy.
Absolute dog to watch.
You're just so happy when you see people come out.
Yeah, seeing Ken Patera and fucking Ronnie Garvin was the highlight of my life. But yeah, it's a weird show, one that you can never ever recommend, but it's worth a watch, which is weird. Sam?
Yeah, it's fucking awful, eh? It's awful, but it's funny. It's one of them, you watch it and you know it's crap,
Yes.
but you just watch it nonetheless.
Yes. Yeah.
And we was going to do it eventually, so let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, well, that's done. That is
Yeah.
done. But
Done
we aren't done with our round table of, oh my God, the question on everyone's lips. Match of the night. Jack, I'll start with you.
I'll go with... Because there weren't anything overly bad, I'll go with a Philly Madness.
I'm glad that's been said. I'm going to go with Nash and X-Pac
Yeah, I
versus
think
the
that
others.
was probably the best in ring.
Because it was the best in
Finish
ring,
was awful.
but the finish was terrible. Sam?
I'm going with a 15-man rumble just because it's the reason that we're doing it.
Oh, God. Worst match?
It's Rock and Roll versus Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton for me.
I'm going to go with the main event, because I always put more weight on the main event.
I'm going to go with a 15-man rumble because it's the reason that we're doing it.
That's wonderful.
That's the word.
MVP.
Well, I think Fat Funk did well, but I'll give it X-Pac because he did
X-Pac
work
did do well, yeah. I'm going with Bob Backlund, obviously.
I'll go with Bob back. It's got to be Bob.
And LVP.
Oh, there's a few.
Dennis Condrey did do well, but I'm going to give. There's everyone out there. I'll give it Coco.
I think I'm going to just say Foley because some of his commentary actually made me realise that Vince wasn't too bad for shouting at him. And also, like, in the main event, he looks like a right player. Like, he comes down and gets absolutely battered. And then
gets in the ring.
And then
I was
gets
gonna say, it looks
booed.
like
He
he
does get in the ring, he
trips
trips
up and
into the
smacks
ring.
his
Oh,
head.
yeah, he tripped, so excuse me.
Yeah. He's awful. I mean, realistically, the JCW having this as your show, at least with the Bloody Mania where they had the sort of legends, them putting over their guys, Pogo was over and stuff. Like, what did I get out of this? Like,
That hero. Zach Gowen and Eugene. Blood feud.
Sam?
I would have gone Foley, but I mean, this is Legends and Icons. So why is Doug Gilbert here?
I love Doug Gilbert getting no love from Sam. I love it when you just start these random feuds with wrestlers.
He's a twat.
I hate Doug Gilbert.
He's a twat.
If you hated Doug Gilbert, let us know on our website, which is metacallcreative.org, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BCCpod, or our Twitter, which is @BCCpod. We round out the episode, as we always do, with a fantasy card. And as JCW had arguably the weirdest Battle Royal / Royal Rumble I have ever seen in my life, and we might even have difficulty topping how weird that was, we're going to have an attempt to book a weird, no rules, go as fucking mad as you want, 15-man over the top rope Royal Rumble. I mean, I have only put my entrance in the winner. I haven't put my...
I've tried to keep it with people who are alive.
I did the same. I tried to keep it like...
And most of mine am alive, but I definitely think at least two of them are dead.
Might be able to happen.
Today?
I think two of mine are dead.
Yeah, I tried
They
to...
might be dead by the time they're there.
Probably.
In fact, I think it might only be one. No, it's got to be two. But I'll start with you, Sam, for your opening.
Okay.
Well, for your Rumble.
My
Just do it all.
Rumble. Right. Rumble 1. Tito Santana.
Yes.
Because he's still going up. I think he is actually still wrestling.
Iron Man Tito.
I wouldn't go that far. But he's number 1. Number 2, Vampiro.
Yes.
Fucking hell, he's got to be in it.
This is just JCW.
Hey, number 3, Mosh.
It is just JCW.
Yes.
Same Rumble.
Number 4, Sandman.
Okay, yeah.
It was, just give him a bottle of beer and he'll be alright. Number 5, David Otunga.
Yeah.
He needs the money. Number 6, he ain't taking a bump. It's the honky tonk man.
But Matt, he's obviously the winner.
Well, when he's coming up. Number 7, I think that's it. Yeah, number 7, Ricky Morton. Because he is still wrestling now.
Definitely doing a Canadian Destroyer.
Yes. Number 8,
What the
Thrasher.
fuck is this? Thrasher.
Thrasher, number 8.
Yes.
Number 9, it's pierced nipples and all. It's Brutus Beefcake.
Still come, even in fat.
You can't have him now. He's so hunched over.
He got
He can come out like the penguin.
huge fat man. Oh, brilliant.
Still alive. He still walk.
Just
Number 10, Great Carly. See, I ain't doing nothing
neck
nowadays.
tattoo and all.
Hey?
He's got a neck tattoo now, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
Like
it the
Cody?
Cody one, but the
It's true,
Indian
it's
flag over
like a tiger or a lion, I think.
Amazing.
it? Adrenaline. Finish the story. Go!
Number 11 is the winner. It's Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
Greg.
Should have been number one.
Does Tito do like the Austin spot? With his hands on it when Greg comes in?
Sitting on the top.
Yeah.
He's thrown them all out.
But at the same time, when he does that, he's like
Soon
looking
as
at his
he-
watch for Greg still coming down the ramp.
Soon as 12 comes out before Greg.
And that's Hillbilly Jim.
You've also got.
It was Matt Cardona,
You've got
but it's Hillbilly
Greg's
Jim.
2 former partners in there as
Yes,
Oh,
yes, Hillbilly Jim.
who does he love more?
well. I'm sorry, I love you both. Double close line.
Next is X-Pac.
Yeah.
And then number 14, Skillberg.
Gilbert.
Number 15, number 15, Goldberg. What? Yeah.
Goldberg.
Yes. And he don't win now. Right? That's why you can't be weird. You got to have the Gilbert stuff. Like you can play the Goldberg theme, but then Gilbert comes out.
Who's
next? But then Goldberg comes out, gets his revenge because he takes himself too serious. So he can attack Gilbert,
Amazing.
and then Greg can dump them both out and win.
That's brilliant.
Hooray!
I love the fact that Greg goes over Goldberg, and quite rightly so.
As soon as you
If
said
I
what
could
the
write a
rebooking
wrong-
was, I knew Greg was going to win because he's still alive and he can do something.
Well, we hope he is. I mean, by the time we recorded, he was anyway.
But I've killed Craig. I'm retiring.
Mine, I think there's definitely a couple of dead ones, but we'll get to it. I think the winner is probably dead. Anyway, number 1, 8 Ball. I've gone mad. Number 1 is 8 Ball.
8 Ball.
And number 2 is Monty Brown. So we've got 8 Ball and Monty Brown, and there's natural feud.
We're both in TNA,
Yeah,
and
well.
we know what tattoos one of them has.
Number 3,
But
Horace
they hate
Hogan.
that. They hate that.
Number 3 is Horace Hogan. They did mean to book Skull, but they booked Horace Hogan instead.
The wrong bolt there.
So he has to act like he is one of the DOA. Number 5, Kato.
Number 5.
Number 4, sorry.
Boy,
Number 4.
idiot.
Number 4 is Kato. Is Kato dead?
He can
No,
have it. He
Paul
won't be
Diamond.
Kato.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
It could be
true. Just
Matt Moon,
Kato.
it could be Battle Cat. It
But-
could be whatever.
Unfortunately for him, he's in the ring when number 5, Hardcore Holly, comes in. Absolutely batter the shit out of him. Because he don't like rookies.
You could have Paul Diamond do the Foley spot and come out 2 more times. This is your given.
And to be fair, Paul Diamond, Kato, should beat up Hardcore Holly because he's more of a rocket.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. In Hardcore Holly's mind, he's the veteran out of all of these. Number
I'm
6.
the oldest man who ever old.
Number 6, to continue the feud with 8 Ball, is Miguel Perez, representing Los
He's
Boricuas.
poor Jose, the 4th member of the Marine Corps.
We now need some beef, so number 7 is the Botswana Beast. Obviously, get the
The second
Fake
Kamala.
the fake Kamala.
He's probably the one that you sure who's dead.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he's alive. Number 8, because it is a battle royal and you need a comedy elimination, it's Evil Uno. Because we need to see him run into a post. Number 9, to pop the crowd, because they will remember everything, obviously, is Big Bully Busick.
Yeah,
He's dead.
He's dead.
Poor Bully.
I
Poor
think he
Bully.
died
a good
about
one,
10
isn't he?
years ago.
Number 10, of course, is Chilly Willy. I mean, he's a surprise boy. If you need to prove to everyone you know wrestling, you mention Chilly Willy. Number 11, and strangely, your position number 11 won your so did mine, because it's my favourite wrestler, Terry Rudge.
Terry Ross.
Terry Rudge. Have you seen Terry Rudge?
I'm confused.
Terry Rudge is a world of sport, bald man, so technical. Looks like he would just batter you. He looks like one of them when if he moved in next door. If he moved in next door, you'd go, oh, fuck.
I thought he was the bloke who get him one of these. Get him one of these.
No one knows what he is.
No, I love Terry Rudge. It's strange that he's my winner, but it's Terry Rudge is winning.
Is he still alive? Do we know?
I don't think he is.
He was 100.
Number 12, Murder Clown. Number 13 is Curry Man. Now you need, like, Botswana Beast is still looking dominant, so you need another sort of, like, you think you're special moment.
Great.
Out
Come on.
comes Shanky. Can't see his way down.
So he's been released by the Fed. We can afford.
And to prove that I have no nepotism at all, number 15 and runner-up is Bull Buchanan. There you have.
Terry Rudge.
Yeah, I need to prove that I don't just put over my favourites.
Man,
So yeah,
that's-
Terry Rudge, what a boy.
I'll put over my favourite.
His Big Daddy, obviously.
No, I ain't used anyone who's dead.
Oh no, he said.
Well, I don't think I'm dead anyway. Number 1 for me is Kurgan,
Yes.
and number 2 is the Blue Meanie. Okay, there you go. Number 3,
Both been on a game.
they have
The same game, weren't they?
No, Blue Meanie war on
Blue
it.
Meanie wore
Was he
an
not?
attitude.
No, I
He's
think
on
he's.
WrestleMania 2000.
Yes. That's it. But
Kurgan
Kurgan
on
wore.
there.
They've never been on a game together. You've booked them in the
Unless
ring
the
for
one
the first
wrestled
time.
Code or whatever.
You would think, yeah, fair.
Number 3, and it was only because I was watching Collision and it come out, was Pac. So there's something with them.
Get a match out of them. Get Dave Meltzer to give you 5 stars now, you bastard.
Johnny Cardo fucking uses you're all using.
Number 4 is Bushwhacker Luke.
Yes, he is still alive and rocking a lot of air dive.
Oh yeah, that's definitely now your natural colour, Luke. I can tell. Bloody
He
dreadful.
borrowed it from Mick McManus, I think.
Number 5 is Mordecai.
Yes.
Because of course. Number 6 is Amazing Red.
Okay, yeah.
Todd West,
You've got a lot of colours
going.
going on here.
Yes,
Mordecai in shocking white.
Blue Meanie.
Blue
Amazing
Meanie,
Red,
Amazing Red.
Kurgan. Well, next is Violent J.
Yeah, or Violet J, you could call
Violent J. Number 8, Papa Shango. Gotta be honest.
He appeared on an indie show recently, and I think he was in the Rumble, or he's in some sort of thing where he appeared as both Godfather and then later appeared as Papa Shango. Yeah.
I think even Boogeyman does stuff down there together.
He's
Number-
in his 60s though.
Number 9 is Eric Escobar.
Sold his car to Eric Escobar.
No, not him.
Oh,
They
no,
said
I know.
His brother, Eric. Number 10, Jazz. I've had a woman.
Yes.
Number 11, Charlie Hoss.
Mhm.
Why not?
Yeah. I like Charlie.
Hello,
He's the winner.
Hello, Charlie.
Number 11
Charlie.
has to win.
Number 12, Bob Backlund. He's got to be in it.
Of course.
Number 13, Stevie Ray.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
14,
No one can argue with that.
and the winner, Schlack.
Oh,
God.
Cool. He's not a legend or an icon.
The little fucking
Kiss my
talent.
arse with that.
What a man. I love you, Schlack. What a man. And number 15, this man could be dead. He probably is dead, the States, when we watched him. But he's great. He's the Irish assassin. Because he's
Oh, God, he was one needle away from dying. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't think he'd get on the plane over here. He'd have to drive because he might pop.
I love,
But I love the Irish
the
assassin.
best thing about doing this podcast is just the fact that you find things like the Irish assassin.
What's his name? The Greek bloke?
Yeah, the goal.
Never
To be
trust
fair,
a
if
woman.
that match of the Irish assassin and the bloke fought was on this show, it might be the worst.
Yeah, that's the irony, is that I'm not convinced any of the matches we saw were the worst match we've seen,
No.
even though it couldn't be the worst show we've ever seen. That match is much, much worse.
And we saw Bob and Ken Patera just stand up for 6 minutes.
That tickled each other's back for most of it. But if you feel that you could have booked a more bizarre 15-man over-the-top Royal Rumble, let us know on our website, which is bettercallcreative.org, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BCCpod, or our Twitter, which is @BCCpod. That is the month of June started, but we have seen a birthday. We will now see a death day as we revisit the death of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon before rounding out June with a Wrestle Cup to determine the worst the worst ruthless aggression gimmick
I
of
wonder who's going to
all
win that.
time. Yes, if it ain't white, it ain't right. That's what I say to that. But
That's us cancelled.
we will be back in the month of July as summer is well and truly upon us, and we are looking at an event from June. It was Super Showdown 2019.
Pandemic went, I'll sort this out.
2019. Because we weren't content with watching two old men stumble around and bugger up a main event, we're going to check out Goldberg versus The Undertaker.
We're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again. Before we try and right the wrongs of Vince Russo's WCW Bash of the Beach 2000, where everything went a little bit to shit. And we'll be deciding what we could have done with that mess had Hollywood have hung around. That's going to be... we're back to WCW. Back to WCW in the year 2000. Are we excited about that?
Great.
I'm more excited for that than the other one. I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's about 5 hours.
That's the problem, mate. And I'm a pre-show man as well, so I have to do the extra.
I mean, the fact that we're going to have... Jesus, we're going to have... Triple H versus Randy Orton 90 minutes longer.
That's longer than the Battle Royal and this.
I ain't looking forward to that.
At least you had Doink on this.
Now, we got Shane McMahon versus Roman and some weird matches.
And Shane wins.
Yeah, just Is Bray Wyatt on that?
Nah.
Yeah, is he not returned at this point? Is he like...
I just don't think he's on it. I don't know what he's doing at this point.
Because how would he be sick? No.
Yeah, he returned yet, I think.
No, he's still doing his skits.
Because he had the first... the Buzzard appeared the night after Mania, and he don't actually debut until SummerSlam, does he?
Yeah, because he fights.
He don't actually have a match until SummerSlam.
That's his first match back in it. And then by the Mania, he's gone.
He fights Cena, don't he?
It's a whole year out. Sorry, you've got the whole COVID stuff as well.
What we did with Randy.
Oh my God. You can check that out in our archives. But we will then be back for my choice. My birthday choice.
Are we going back to JCW?
No, we definitely. I can assure you.
XPW.
I can assure you, it will not.
Is it CCW?
It will not be anything like that. It may be. I might do a bit of Lucha Underground.
I don't mind
like a bit of Lucha Underground. I might do.
We ain't ever going to do it otherwise.
I might do Terry Rudge and Bull Buchanan special. That's what the people want to see. But we will be back in August for that. But that leads me to say, from Greg Valentine's Weird Town, it's Jack Jones.
Goodbye.
And from the fan that was cross-faced chicken winged by Bob Backlund, it's Sam Jones.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, folks.
He took the title. Hit him right in the head with a chair. President of the country. Oh, Lord. Good God. Hey, boys and girls, listen up now. We are the Idolaters, and this is Dal, Edward, Blair, Jason, Bobby. And we got something we want to say to you. So open up your ears and listen. Oh, Lord, help me. Listen to this now. Ow! Look at the girls that stand in line with the body of Apollo and the mind of Einstein. They're so sure, so confident. Austin Idol will be president. Lord have mercy. Help me, y'all. God. He don't need promises or a platform. He'll be the president and take it by storm. He don't brag about the things that he'll do, but there'll be no amnesty for number 2. Everybody get him to the plan. By November we got a brand new man. Watch him shape up our government. I'm talking Austin Idol for president. Make it funky, y'all. Good God. I can't stand it when I touch myself. Everybody get him to the plan. On November we got a brand new man. president. I don't. Oh Lord, they must be fools. Okay. The girls all love him, and you know it's true. He don't need a mask like number 2. He's bigger and tougher than the American dream. And wildfire will chauffeur his limousine. Ow! Oh, good God! He's like a sour.